when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
It is a little bit too late this morning. It is 7:49 in the morning, and we welcome our newly joined viewers or those continuing with us to our Youth Wednesdays on Tobago updates. We are joined with Mr. Alpheus Paul, owner of Cafe Alfresco. For those of you who don't know where that cafe is, it's that beautiful cafe opposite the Lambo Bridge. Yes, yeah. With the shiny lights that you pass on a night time, yes. More into the evening time, so into the night.
Yes.
Yeah. It's been said to be a wonderful cafe. The food is delicious, right? So here we have with us the owner of Cafe Alfresco, Mr. Alpheus Paul. He is, however, here on a different note. I mean, it is related to the cafe, but also to the oil spill that has been having a lot of effects on our shoreline, on other countries like Grenada and Bonaire, as we heard in the news, and of course our citizens who are right next to the shoreline is being affected very badly. So the oil spill and the effects that it had on your cafe, what are they like? What were your first moves at the presence of the oil spill in the first place?
Right, so first seeing the oil spill and hearing about it, it hadn't reached to us as yet, right? But as soon as we started to see the water began to change color, it was a little concern, right? It began to get darker and the stench, right? So I don't know what to do. So we had the workers on continue working as normal. The scent began to get really bad, and when the tide is high, you start to see the oil start to come upon the shore. And the workers start to complain about headaches and stomach, right? Bad feelings, right? So some of them used to like return to the kitchen and such. And when it really get bad is when the customers now start to complain, because some of the foreigners that came in, they are not aware that it had an oil spill close by. So as they began to eat, they start to complain about bad oil in the food. Yeah, bad oil. Wow. So we lost tables and had to explain to them that there's an oil spill. So from that inception, yeah.
Now your location of your cafe is directly next to the beach. I mean, you told me that was the sole purpose of what you were looking for. That is the sole purpose of where your cafe is located.
Yes.
Mainly to dine outside, to enjoy the sea breeze while eating, etc., etc.
Yes.
But because of your location, especially to the oil spill, now the environment is mucky. It's filled with the air is filled with oil.
Yes.
As well as the shoreline, so the ambience has been affected adversely.
Yes.
I don't know if any one of us have passed through town when the oil was really bad when it initially happened, but the stench of the oil itself, it was really bad. You know, even driving by, my friend, the first time we passed through, he carried up the windows. We couldn't take it. So I would imagine what you would be experiencing as an open restaurant. Yes. You know, at the seaside. Yes. You mentioned the environment. So tell us a little more about that. Besides the scent and how it looks, what did that do internally for your environment in the restaurant itself?
Well, it had changed the whole outlook of it. And as I said, when the tide is high, the residue of the oil reach all the way into, because we normally suffer from the sea blast. So with the sea blast, the oil mixture, it get right inside. So it's constant cleaning, constant trying to have it, reduced to a minimum of where it is appropriate to still be open, but it have become to a point where it is not feasible.
Okay, so you are no longer open, so that is your current situation?
Yes, currently closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does this mean for your employees?
Well, the employees on the bread line, and I do have no information. I've tried to reach out. I've reached out to the head of TEMA. I've given initially that last week, Wednesday, would have been the complete cleanup. But so far is more equipment coming. So I do have no idea of when this is going to be done with. So at least I could have known, well, okay, it's 3 months. There's perishable goods at the restaurant as well. So it is no answer at all.
So what are you requesting from the government? Who is in charge of the cleanup?
Well, compensation is one of what I am looking for. The government really don't like to hear that word compensation, so they try to avoid it as much as possible. But there are not much business along that coast, right? I think Cafe Alfresco and Shortings, yes. So we are being affected really bad. And I am right is where that the chief sec, when he had came and originally done his press conference, he'd made sure and let them know that the road will be closed off, and as well that that area is the worst affected on the island. So I don't think it should be a problem of compensation because you know the restaurant cannot operate, period.
Right. So I do hope in going forward that this compensation gets to you.
Yes.
You have employees that you have to pay in the interim.
Yes.
You also would like that your restaurant gets back to its normalcy.
Yes.
It's a wonderful restaurant.
Yes.
I keep hearing about it. We should visit it, whatever the case, because the food is nice, the ambience is nice.
Yes.
And due to the oil spill, that has been interrupted. So
Yes.
I do hope going forward that your request is granted and that you can indeed be compensated for the damages and the effects that you are having from the oil spill. So thank you, Mr. Alpheus Paul,
Yes, you are welcome.
for being with us this morning.
Yes.
All right. We continue on with our morning show. We encourage you to share the live, share the live, share the live.